Hi guys, welcome back to Spooky Saturday. So today we are going to be talking about the Haunted Ronald McDonald statue, and I've also got a little surprise. So this story is set back in 2004-2005, so it's about 15 years ago. There were two men on their way home from a night out, and they decided that they wanted to get some food. As they were passing a McDonald's on their way home, they decided that that would be their place to get food. Once they got their food, they wanted to go and sit down and eat it. So they went outside of the fast food restaurant and found a bench. On the bench, there was a statue of McDonald's mascot Ronald McDonald, with a creepy smile on his face. Not thinking anything about that, they sat down and started to eat their food and talked about the night. Once they'd finished their food, one of the friends got up and put the rubbish in the bin, whilst the other friend laid on McDonald's statue's lap, turned his head up to his friend and said, "I'm tired." To that, they both saw the statue's head move, tilting down slowly to the friend on the lap, and said, This paranormal incident was supposedly caught on the CCTV cameras at the restaurant. McDonald's actually wiped the footage clean and paid out so much money because they didn't want the incident getting out, as the man that was on the lap of the statue passed away instantly. The other friend fell into a coma, and this was also witnessed by a few staff members working that night. McDonald's eventually removed benches and also got rid of the mascot altogether. Ronald McDonald was actually gotten rid of because of the killer clown phase that happened in 2016, even though Ronald McDonald does pop up at new restaurants being open throughout the world. Ronald McDonald has been a mascot for the McDonald Company since 1963. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I kind of do have a little surprise. So, the other week I was on my emails and I saw this email. And it was from a person that views the Spooky Saturday videos. And he told me their story. And he asked me, would I be able to tell their story out for them? And I said, of course I would. So this is their story. I am going to keep the person anonymous. To describe the station, it's like a small country cottage with a 1930s ground floor side extension that houses the old cells and the police front counter. At night, the only way in is from the rear yard, where the police cars are parked. Entry was through a secure door with a swipe pass. Loud racket from the door handle would also echo through the station, and you could easily hear who was coming and who was going. One autumn night, about 6 years ago, it was just me and a colleague covering a 77 square mile area. We were the only two officers on duty, and it was 3 AM. We were both upstairs and in the main office typing our reports out of a following incident. We had just come back in and there was no one else in the building. Except for the kitchen and the hallway, the building was in darkness. And as we walked in and went upstairs, the lights automatically turned on. Also, because of how small the building was, you knew who was there and who wasn't. Also, you heard if anyone came and anyone went. A few minutes later, my colleague, I'm going to call him Steve, so I want to keep if the real names I want to just keep them all anonymous. So I've called him Steve. A few minutes later, my colleague Steve got a call, as what we call a grade 1 call, a response on a blue light, to a swan blocking the road and refusing to move. Yes, I kid you not, a swan in the road. The joys of policing a rural area. Steve went down the stairs and went out into the backyard, got into his car and drove off. I heard all of this and saw it all through the window, him driving down the road with his blue lights on. A few minutes later, I heard him shout on the radio that he had arrived to a very disgruntled and troublesome swan. This left me alone in the building. A few minutes later, after finishing my report, I went upstairs to the toilet. As I was washing my hands, I heard downstairs in the kitchen the sound of beeping, like from a microwave. And also I heard a chair being dragged across the lino floor. How odd, I thought, as I knew no one was in the building. No one came in, and every other room was in darkness except the hallway and the office I was in. I finished washing my hands, and 10 seconds later I got to the bottom of the stairs and turned right. I walked 2 meters into the kitchen. The light was on, but the kitchen was empty. The microwave wasn't even plugged in. Then I saw the chair. It appeared to have been pulled out from under the kitchen table. I'm sure it was under there when I came in. I shouted hello, to see if anybody else was there. I got no reply. All the other rooms downstairs and the corridor to the front desk was in darkness. I knew there was no one in them because the lights would have come on. I just had an odd feeling. The hairs on my neck stood up on end. I grabbed my flashlight that I left next to the kettle. I turned around and walked less than a few feet. I was now at level with the bottom of the stairs. As I was level with the stairs, I heard on the landing above, bang, bang, bang. It was the sound of someone or some things, footsteps, walking loudly at the top of the stairs. It was only 20 seconds before I had come from upstairs and I knew that no one was up there. There was no other way upstairs except via the stairs, and I was only feet away from the stairs. I knew the entire time that no one could be up there. Hearing heavy footsteps was enough. I went straight out to my car and drove to Steve, white as a sheet, wondering if Steve had somehow played a prank on me. However, a few minutes later, I found Steve sat in his police car stationary, while a rather aggrieved swan pecked at the front of his police car. I spoke with Steve and he knew that something was wrong. He asked me what happened and I told him. He then told me I was not the first nor the last person to have encountered the station ghost. So that is the story, guys. Make of it what you will. It's very, I thought it was a really good story. I was quite like, oh my god, I want to know where it is. I really want to know where it is now. I want to go there. I want to see it. Like, actually, I want to see it. If you guys have any stories, please, please, please get in touch. My email address here at the bottom of the screen for you. If you want to send me your stories, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I also have a TikTok page which I post down in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, guys. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Hope you're all safe, by the way.